Hell no. What did everyone get up to this weekend?
What's your
No, I don't have a problem.
So you know there's something of bringing someone and not dropping the person.
Okay, so you guys are planning to cook. Wow, well done.
If you could be any animal, which animal would you love to be?
What's a
Very weird.
A parakeet.
What's a
A parasite.
Parakeet.
why?
Jokes actually.
A parasite.
It's not
Parasite.
gonna be parakeet.
Parakeet.
What's parakeet?
I don't know. Be a lion.
Topical on that. How does a parakeet and Jesus? The size alone is not even.
Doesn't even make sense. Parakeet is like a Anyways, before we end up turning this show into the animal kingdom, welcome to the rant room where you hear the voices of the underappreciated, the underloved, and the underrated. Give their thoughts in this ever-growing time, showing that we're smarter than everybody, of course, because allegedly that's what Gen Zs think. But yes, as always, we have my
Beverly, the Gen Zs of the Gen Zs.
Mama.
Thank you.
And my name is Fayo.
That's all. No swag, no. My guy.
It's funny.
You two, you guys need to give me energy.
Where's the
man.
fire, Gen Zs?
In this state, that if you're giving answers like that, you know technology will take your job, bro.
Facts.
What
It's the most
technology
endangered
will take
species
you.
right now.
You say it's bound to take you.
Yeah, it's from
In short, you know what? I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna tackle that. But basically, today's topic delves into technology and artificial intelligence. Now, in this day and age in which we're in, technology is becoming more and more an ever-present part in everything that we do today, especially now with the implementation of artificial intelligence, which is basically a human simulation in the forms of computers, where they found themselves answering questions for humans, taking tasks of humans, actually doing roles that used to be for humans, and now we are finding them in almost every place. In media, we're finding them in engineering, you're just finding them all over the place, because now we live in a world where technology is so necessary and everyone is just looking to make life easier. Now, with everything that we know about artificial intelligence, whether used in very simple forms like answering questions on ChatGPT or actually finding it to make music, that's what it's become. Do you guys have any fears of where it's becoming and its potential? Or you just think like it's something that is actually all positive? I'll start with you, Tony.
Not necessarily all positive, because a lot of people are going to lose their jobs in the coming future.
Facts, so.
Because
Facts.
That's the only fear people have. Your jobs, your lives.
jobs,
Yes,
like,
now money.
eventually lives will go also,
Anything
because
that's
then
taking
you're-
money from me
you're talking
is a
about
problem.
No, I feel like you guys are like, you're kind of overthinking it. It's just like when calculator came, everybody was like, now everybody's going to become dumb, nobody's going to do math. Like that was the whole thing.
It's so different.
It's not.
Because nobody should be able to do Sokatwa in their head. That year,
No, I'm not disputing what people are saying. I feel like everybody is living on fear. They're going to take our jobs.
Yeah, but it's going to happen. Like,
have you ever watched iRobot?
I've watched iRobot. I've watched Black Mirror.
Thank you.
No, I'm not.
These movies have been warning us about these things for years, but human beings are stupid. I swear to God, we don't listen to ourselves, bro.
No, it's already established from the beginning that we don't listen to.
We are doomed, and that's my own personal opinion.
say
think
doomed.
we're okay.
I really won't say doomed, because like...
Sorry, before we started here, weren't you just having a conversation with A on Snapchat?
Wow. Shots fired.
True.
No, you guys should look
So
at
this is the point that we're even getting to, where we're even having conversations with these things. Where it's like,
things.
I'm sorry that on my AI don't come and kill me. Sure.
They're listening. No, you know that.
Because they're
right
listening.
now,
My
they're
phone is like,
listening to us.
hey, I got you. Because even now, forget AI for a second. Have you guys ever noticed? Have you ever, and the audience can say in the comments whether they've actually seen something like this happen. Have you ever been, maybe you're just in your house, like, damn, I need a new couch. And then
you just open
2 or 3 hours later, you go on YouTube ads and you're just seeing couch.
So the Nigerians said that, you don't know that social media is spiritual. You don't know that they use witchcraft for this thing. I was just laughing. Like, you guys don't know. They are listening. Like, as long as you have your location on, you have your data connection on, they are listening. They are listening to you. And I don't know why they're listening. Like, why are you so interested in me? They're not interested in you. They're interested in your money.
That's how they make money off you. Because there's a reason media is built in such a way, especially social media now, where things are literally put in your face for you to buy it. Everything is marketed in such a way that all you want to do is buy stuff. And now, let's just say with cookies, whatever they call it, even now on websites and stuff like that, I'm straying a bit. I always put my cookies off, even though I know at the end of the day,
Please,
they
you
still
guys keep
can listen to what they're trying. Because one day I'm actually just going to go through maybe a game I bought or a website, what I swear to God, I'm going to read the terms and conditions beginning to the end. Even though it's like 600 pages, one day I will dedicate my time because there's something very off.
I agree. Nobody reads those.
Nobody reads those things.
Yeah.
You don't even know it says that in 65 years we are liable to your soul. You'll be you never know what's in those things because no one reads them.
Yeah.
And these things are going down to even AI, for example. It's like when you say that, oh, you're signing license agreements and stuff like that, we don't know the information these things are taking.
And the person that created ChatGPT, for example, I'm sure everybody has used ChatGPT.
Yeah.
He said, like, you know why
producer used it to write this script.
all these people that are in school that use ChatGPT, stop. Okay, the person that created ChatGPT said the reason why it's free is because he wants, after like a while of everybody using it, he wants to know how he can make money. Like literally every question, I remember creating an whole idea from my brain and asking ChatGPT and say that somebody can use that information to make money. Like it has now, ChatGPT has all your information, has all your ideas, has all your movie script ideas, everything you want to create is on there. And why is this kind of like technology free? Why is it free?
It's more or less like baiting you guys into giving them what they want.
Yes, and because we are so obsessed with
I actually saw
consuming.
something in the license agreement that any single idea that you give, be it whatever you typed, that information is theirs. They can use it however way they want.
But like at the end of the day, I don't think it's bait actually, because like it makes life easier. Do you get?
This is a
What?
prime example of
Your
Gen Z.
ideas and they will transform into something better.
Of
while
course,
you're just-
that's the point of product.
Even
They
though
make
it
your
makes
life
things easier, at what cost though?
But then
course.
that's not going to stop you from doing it, is it?
Actually, it has made my life easier, Sha. It has made
It's not
everything
going to
easier.
stop
But
you, so
without all talking about doom and gloom and how the world is ending, it is. I'm sure there are definitely some benefits to AI, of course. So in regular day-to-day, like have you guys found any ways in which you've actually found use of them or ways that it can actually benefit us in the future?
Okay, so the three prime like importance of AI, why it was created, first of all, was to reduce repetitive tasks, reduce human errors, and like operational costs. Basically, that's reduced it. So like imagine you want to pay a marketer, just a marketer 200k per month. You can pay an AI that will write copies for you, that will create designs for you,
more.
give you ideas for less.
For more.
You know, you can, if you do your research.
Paying an AI.
It's
Yeah, okay.
that doesn't complain about he has to go and do wedding, that he's sick, that he has to go and
You
I'm sorry.
terrible boss. Oh my god.
If you pay the AI is going to like it will bring it out faster for you. While the human part, you're paying maybe like person almost 300k and he's taking months to deliver something to you. But then if you pay the AI over like 900, but then he delivers it to you like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's still cost effective for me because I get my
900 to 300.
No, you are being please. You know how like we see the prices online. It's like $79, $12 per month.
so
It's not so
hold on.
expensive.
Now,
You guys,
for example,
money.
wait,
Money, babe.
chill.
this
So,
one.
Beverly Moss.
This one that's talking.
I
One
don't have
five.
money.
Look
Hey,
at
wait,
this.
but at the end of the day, it's faster,
It's faster.
less labor. Everything is just so fast, sweet. Like you
And
okay, you
less
want to order
errors.
food like this now? Just order food like this. Don't deliver it to your
She's
doorstep.
thinking about food.
Please.
Come on, order food for
Please.
me.
Oh god, we're hungry.
No, the possibilities are endless. This thing is super intelligent and it was designed to keep on learning. Like the reason why a lot of human beings become complacent is because they stop learning. And now I think I've learned from AI that how you can progress in life is if you continue learning. This thing was designed to learn, and that's
but
why it's
then-
going to continue exploding in its intelligence.
yeah.
So we are doomed, but still there's so many possibilities that we're not seeing it.
that can lessen the doom.
That
Or what?
you guys watch Avengers now. I'm
don't think
sure
it's
you guys
doomed
have
though.
watched Avengers.
Oh my
Ultron,
god.
Age of Ultron.
Ultron. Guys,
Ultron.
shake me.
I had a crush
Like,
on Ultron.
the whole like we watch that movie and we think to ourselves that Ultron is literally the embodiment of the
Yes.
worst AI could
And I
become.
read that it was created
He
by
built
rich.
himself, bro. What if AI just with all these laptops? Just say, you know what? These humans, bro. It's like I just had to like imagine AI just yarning within themselves. Like I literally.
What makes
just
you think they're not actually yarning with themselves currently? So?
They're not
There's
what?
nothing stopping me from thinking that right now, which even goes to my
always
next question. Yes, we cited benefits like yes, ease of access, it's faster to get results, it stops people from going to their weddings. Terrible boss, by the way. But let's go into some of the drawbacks. Like, what repercussions can we see of implementation of AI into our world today?
First of all, I feel like AI was created by a certain group of elites. When you look at Ultron, it was created by, I'm so sorry, it was created by the elites. So I feel like the introduction of AI is going to like bring the gap, like make the gap between the poor and the rich bigger, because it was created to kind of show dominance and superiority to these people that don't have so much power. So now AI is kind of like for the rich. Like right now it's going to be monetized. Right now it's free. They're trying to get as much information from you guys, from your ideas, from everything. And now they're going to monetize it and it's going to be for the rich. And imagine having so much power in your hands, and then you have certain type of people that don't have access to this. So what I see, I already know it's happening, is that the space between the rich and the poor is about to get a whole
but then
lot
we'll
bigger.
have more core funds from Abba down to.
What? But do you say Pirates Bay or Abba? You want to do piracy of AI?
Hey!
You say, come on,
No, but
that
okay,
food.
you know.
Don't listen to these people, don't pirate AI.
Because I will not pay for it. I will not pay for it. It won't happen.
Nigerians.
I will fight. Pirate Bay will do me well. Let me not even expose my OGs. But my point is, like, again, fine. Avengers was a movie. I get it. But again, the way technology is, it's getting to this point that it's almost too smart. I remember seeing something on the internet, and I know this is Tanya and I's area. Basically, this one guy asked his Snapchat AI function, and yes, there is a Snapchat AI function,
Very
to
smart.
drop 6 bets,
Oh yeah.
and it won.
Yeah.
He won $1 million.
Instant.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Why are you guys just telling me this now?
That's your Snapchat.
No.
Premier League
Literally,
is just-
Maybe I
people
should try it out.
kept winning so much money off of it. Now the Snapchat AI can't do that. You can't do it anymore. You can't ask Snapchat AI for betting anymore. Because people were winning money. And I'm sure those betting and bookmakers were probably like, hey, Snap, like,
Turn it down.
like, hey, turn it
That
down.
will show you how
This is how you
connected.
guys hide updates.
I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah, people are making money from AI. Some people are making good cash from
That's
AI.
But at the same time, we're getting to a point where people are losing. Like, at a certain point, they're just
It's
going to be
getting
some
dangerous.
menial jobs that people that are in need of money, people that need to feed their families, won't even find anything.
That's why as a
to
human
do.
being, you have to
And
get
these are
better.
Get better how?
You have to like evolve. Like, see,
Evolve
I think
to what?
like you're supposed to evolve as a human being.
I repeat, terrible boss. Or you'll be the worst.
Well,
oh my
I'm
god.
sorry, like, human
Jobs
beings are
is
so
not the only
competent.
issue, actually.
Yeah.
It's not. It's way more.
Because
the
like I
issue.
feel like we human beings, we are relying more on AI, on machines, everything. So like I feel people just get
And then control.
dumber.
Yeah.
Actually,
dumber,
because
fatter. Like there's
The
so
so
many.
we do your
So, okay,
projects
so
for you,
lifeless,
your assignments,
The
everything.
part where I think AI might not, probably it's out of topic a little bit, but it might not, like when it comes to management or something like that, like putting things in itinerary and arranging stuff that will give like the AI what to do. I think that's where most of the jobs, like people can actually save their jobs at that point. But you see, maybe for example now video editing, I'm sure there's already a software that even does basic
Yeah,
video,
for free.
Yeah.
video
Yes.
editing for
Intuitive
you
editing.
on its own. So
Yeah.
before you know it, you just put like 3 clips inside and it brings out like a full-fledged thing for you.
Yeah.
So how do you want
So, but this is how I think it makes us better as humans. Like now, as a creative, I'm bothering myself with itinerary, management, budgeting. I have an AI that can do all this for me. Now I can focus on my creative.
But when does
storytelling.
morality
If you can
come?
do
But when
that-
does morality come into the picture? Where
Who
it's
did-
like,
Who designed AI? Human beings. I think the question now should be on human ethics, not on AI.
So
It should not
I
be on
think
us.
now the
It should not be
person
on that.
the
Like they're
person that
innocent,
designed
sentient
that
beings.
is actually, maybe I'm just saying, designed it to overthink, like in areas the human brain like can't take you to.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the AI was literally made for.
and I agree
Like,
with
to
that. And I feel
surpass
like
that.
it has got to a point that again, this thing is so intelligent that it's like, you know what? Let's actually start making it do, jobs that I don't want to write 1,000-word script. And that's what literally it is. Like, I remember I was writing a pitch for a show. I was like 700 words in. I was like, literally,
yeah.
It did it for them. I was like, you know what? Finish it for me. And it was perfect.
Someone that we barely knew just brought out information about the person.
And I told him to write it in the style of the previous words, and it worked.
I think laws now should like become put into place as to like
Be that
how
you're a
to
script
regulate.
writer,
Yes,
you should be
actually.
panicking.
Yes, I should be.
You should be
but
panicking,
AI doesn't have
honestly.
trauma. I have trauma, so it can't beat me.
Jesus, before Beverly starts coming with her woes and
Yeah.
starts crying on screen, we'll be right back with the Rat Room on TVC. Pele, your job is cool.
Yeah, I'll become
Is there
better.
anything like adaptive? I think AI adapts. They
Yeah,
learn.
just learn. And we are back. It's still the Rant Room on TVC.
Rant
And
Room.
before we went, why correcting me? Excuse me, you need AI. Before we went back, why are you distracting me? I need AI presenters right now. Anyways,
When
we
you
were
lose your
discussing
job,
about AI and the impact on everything. And right now, I want to ask some questions about the impact of AI in the job market, and most specifically, because everybody right here is into the media industry. So what do you think is the impact of AI in the media industry when you talk about presentation, writing, voice acting? Like, it's crazy things out there. So let me start with you, Fire the Fire. First of all, what is like your talents? Like, let me dig inside you a little bit. What talent do you possess? Why are you saying what? What's the problem?
Jesus, I feel like I'm in a therapy session. Saying, what talent do you possess? Like, what makes you happy? Just go.
Let me act like this question is very deep.
Thank you.
First, you sniff.
It's so sad actually, because sorry, I'm just being sarcastic. So talent, would I say singing?
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
The question.
Don't interrupt
You're
me,
a
please.
bad person.
Don't interrupt me.
You guys, she's the future Beyonce. So please,
Congrats.
I'll be
as
bigger than Beyonce, please.
Amen.
word.
Hallelujah.
So as a singer now, what do you think the impact of artificial intelligence is on your career?
I'm not saying I want to go into singing, or it's just like
Okay, your talent.
Yeah. So, I think AI can write songs now, and it can sing also or something like that. But I've not really listened to their songs, so I feel there's like some like human beings have an edge in that singing part, because some tunes, rhythms that you have to read that makes it fantastic.
True.
AI will keep on going the same thing, bland, everything, in as much as say it's learning every day. But like as an human being, you can add your own unique, like make
Your
changes
trauma.
to it. You understand? Thank you very much.
See, like, this is my thing with that. Like, let's take music. Let's take a music for a while. It's like, I don't know if you guys heard, but basically, Songwriters of America, they have like a union. Basically,
strike.
they went on strike because already they are not getting paid. And these are the people behind some of the best lyrics from people like Beyonce's, great rappers, stuff like that. Stuff that actually makes people feel something. And now with the implementation of AI, as important as these people are in the field of music, more and more there's going to be more reason to defend paying them less.
Yeah,
Which sucks, because at the end of the day, it's like a lot of creativity in music. Like, I'm a big music and I love music. A lot of the creativity in this world is from these songwriters, never from the artist. Yeah, the artists are the voice, but the songwriters are that. But now, I'm not even going to sit here and lie. Some of this AI, like some of the songs I've seen them write, is incredible. And there's a reason why it's incredible, because again, every day they are learning. There's machinery and patterns to everything, even in music. From TikTok, what beats go, blah, 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 blah. Music is a science. Same thing with movies and so many other media platforms. As long as you understand the pattern and what works, which AI is learning every day, it's going to become to a certain point that songwriters, even some musicians, are going to be practically extinct, because it's just going to come to a point that AI is just going to know these are the type of voices that suit the ear more, these are lyrics that relate to people, yada yada yada, and so many fields of work are going to become extinct.
So I agree with you, but here's what I think. Why do you think people enjoy music?
Because it makes people feel something.
Why do you think it makes them feel something? Like, okay, now you listen to a song and it makes you feel something. What's the next thing you do? You Google on who sang it, who's the person that sang it. Oh, this person. You learn about this person. You know the background. You know their story. Basically, that's why fan bases were created.
But not to be honest, I feel like that's you. I mean, me personally, I do stuff all the time. Like I live on Rap Genius. Like I live on Genius. But some people aren't that deep into music. They might just hear a song and like, hey, I like it, save. If I need it again, I'll play it. Some people really don't care about the science and the history of music. That's why a lot of they call the TikTok generation.
AI doesn't really have emotions, actually, because even if they Snapchat,
it absolutely doesn't. But you're right, like it does. I was listening to a song by this guy.
It can't
actually,
be the same.
it was like shout out to Uzi. Like literally, I heard it on Twitter and I was like, this song is amazing. When did he record this? He came out to say it had absolutely nothing to do with it. It was AI. It was his voice, written just like him. The beat was made by AI. And the song was sitting on 40 million streams on Spotify until Uzi's team took it down.
So the moment
AI made a hit by accident. You know how stupid that sounds?
It's crazy.
Until you lot realize that there are endless things that can actually go on with AI, you start to know that you're in real.
We are in real so much.
But now, okay.
So hold on. Now imagine what's it called? I saw this Morgan Freeman, what's it called?
Oh my God!
A minute before I knew, like he literally said it, but you will be so convinced it was Morgan Freeman that said it. The face, the voice, everything.
You would think
so. Imagine presenting with that.
Oh yeah.
AI is presenting. Reading.
Bro, forget presenting. Like in a few, I was talking to my best friend. Like he's a lawyer. Like at a certain point in time, proving crimes is going to be almost impossible. Because now you can see, like, you see like this on the internet any day, like Donald Trump hugging like Biden or something like that, or them getting beers and stuff in the most clear-cut photo that you would think someone took it with just their phone. It's not
also
real. The Pope in like Moncler jacket dripping out, and I was like, wait, what is happening here?
And it looked like
even
it was
in like like it's crazy. Even like voice acting now, I know a tool. I even used it yesterday that you can basically like your voice. I can make you say some things that you didn't say. Like voice acting, voice over artists are.
And you think people are going to use that in the wrong way? Like if you're just trying to spite someone and you're like, oh, let me accuse them of this crime and get them on quote unquote audio admitting to it. Well, how are you going to prove that's not you?
Well, obviously there needs to be like laws and ethics that need to be in place. So now that we're talking about how it's affecting already said jobs, what do you think the AI can bring it to the table when it comes to new job opportunities? What kind of jobs do you think can come up from this rise in AI? What do you think about it, Louise?
Okay. I feel like number one, ethics boards. Let's start with that. Like people that can actually be like, okay, you can only use it to this extent. Like certain features, like replicating people's voices and stuff like that, or basically anything that would steal from artists and creatives. Like they're just people making sure that doesn't happen. That's number one. Number two, certain images and audio, like certain words and keywords, like just basically people to regulate it, of course. Yeah. That's one. Number two, in as much as yes, this thing is constantly educating itself, and more it's going to get to the point where it's not even going to need any human intervention. Yeah. I still feel like there are people that should run the coding and stuff like that. But literally,
we're talking about new job opportunities.
At a point, it's going to become self-sufficient. And
it's
literally,
and it's almost there. It's actually almost there. But this is just for the time being, where it's still this new thing. But as of right now, to think about ways in which these things can actually help humans, like how people can work alongside it, it's like it's doing more harm than good to me in terms of job opportunities. Because realistically, how many jobs can AI create?
AI manager, AI project manager, AI
project manager? I can be an AI project manager and say,
scientist.
Guide this project. Like anyone could do that.
Basically, everybody has to integrate.
Realistically going to pay you to type on ChatGPT?
No, but like we're talking about what AI can do when it comes to like creating job opportunities. So like data, like we cannot escape it. We cannot escape it. we have to go into the tech world. We have to learn about tech. We have to learn about coding. We have to learn about designing. Every single human, it's just like learning how to write now. You have to learn how to code. So like when it comes to like job opportunities, I feel like AI can bring to the table, it has to be taken care of. So you can start with data scientists, designs, there's so many opportunities out there, but you have to start learning because it's going to become the new normal. So Tanya, I don't know what you think about that.
So like I said, it's basically going to become self-sufficient at some point, and it's not going to need like any help from anybody or anything.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
it's not honestly. I think this is the one thing we should have, like, humans should have never created.
It's like, it's just one of
You
I feel
can't
like
skip it.
because the thing is that
Yeah,
human beings
you
are
can't,
very.
But then
But what's
you
incredibly
exploit yourself
inquisitive.
into extinction, and then robots take AI
It's a
takes over
circle.
from
And
there.
everything is a circle. It's going to
I
come
don't
back
think
to
this
the
is one
beginning.
of those things coming back round. I can't lie because
or going back
human
to the Ice
beings
Age.
are naturally inquisitive. And what I mean by that is like more and more they're going to look into this. There's never going to be a point in human history where people are going to stop discovering things, or people are going to stop wanting advancement in certain things. It's never going to happen. Even with this AI thing, like you think there's not going to get to a point that they're going to be robot doctors. Like what? Realistically, what is? I mean, personally, I'm not letting machinery operate on me.
And then you die in peace.
This is like
Facts, because at least it's not like a human being. In fact, it's not like someone that learns what's it called, surgery on YouTube and decides he wants to operate on something.
I don't know who that person is, but okay, let's look at Nigeria, our dear country Nigeria, and Africa as a whole. How do you think that we can get ahead of this race?
Can we solve electricity first before we start looking at AI? I think that's far. I think we're far. Because at the end of the day, I can type on ChatGPT. When NEPA takes out, I'm just going to see dot. There's nothing they can do. Like,
You guys are so far behind.
We have barely managed ourselves, and we want to.
I want to go and meet AI. Why? Like,
I don't think AI will take over completely, like as I said.
You think so?
Because
in Nigeria.
in Nigeria,
would you rather deal with an AI conductor?
Hold on.
100 K2.
AI stuff cannot really take over in Nigeria, my country, because maybe abroad though it can still look at. Okay, for example, do you want AI to be driving your car for you
Yes.
with this bad road?
No.
Have you ever been in a Tesla?
So the thing is,
Or you want
at least we
AI?
should have evolved past that extent where we have any stupid roads.
Oh,
again.
really?
That's even if we have cars moving.
So you
on
think
the
we're
road.
far behind the race?
What if we don't? What if
What
NEPA
was-
takes light now? How does your AI want to function?
Like obvious. I feel like
we should have evolved.
That's what I'm
past that.
saying. Nigeria, we should be talking about AI, right? We have
Evolved
many
past that
problems.
race before
AI is far. Like, we'll
don't
deal
think we
with
should be
AI later.
okay, what do you think?
about
Okay,
AI.
let's look at another like alternate reality where Nigeria is a good country, good electricity, great roads. How do you think
That
with
one
the
a
way
multiverse. Let me just alternate.
Thank you.
It's
haters,
far.
Nigeria
Okay, so do you
haters?
think your African mother will allow AI to enter her kitchen? Like,
Are you joking?
Beverly, please help me to make pap.
My mom that uses phone, like
So
Okay, so wait, do you think in that time of AI you actually be eating eba and okra by then?
what do you want to
Are you serious?
So food is not going to evolve because AI is
But
coming.
okay,
Some foods can never be outdated.
How?
Can
I'm talking
never.
about foods or technology.
You
With-
eat better amala with
With
begiri.
organic crops
Which organic crops?
that they literally grew with chemicals. okay, no.
You want to eat
Guys.
amala and ewedu, you want to tell AI to make it for you.
You think you will learn? Are you serious?
You will learn.
And our mothers, when in this smart Amina area, when they don't have time to even go to the kitchen, they'll be like, Siri,
Like,
Surprise you!
bakery, are you
It's
making?
fully integrated with this AI.
sorry, what's the name of this dumb show on Nickelodeon that literally has something that a food that dropped from the tube on
Harry
their table?
Danger or
Thunderman.
Thunderman,
So,
yeah.
what do you want? How was that made? How do you think it's going to happen?
No,
Human beings are making it now.
Really?
no, I was going to ask.
Who
guys.
is the God? I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Who is the is it waiter or attender whatever? It's a robot that attends to people there. And you think it's not going
And
to
it's
happen?
coded to make certain things. Like it's going, like even now, like have you seen the advancement in just robot technology? These people are creating things. They're actually learning movements of
And they're
actual professional footballers. Like you're telling me that
We're in
it's not
trouble.
going to be able to cook amala.
come on.
It will
Never
make
be
it to
the same.
perfection. That
You
will
make
be
it
the
to
best
you'll
food
be
you've
the
ever tasted in your life.
smoothest. You see the smoothest amala you've ever seen in your life, bro.
No, we're definitely in trouble. But I was going to ask, like, let's look at Nigeria as a perfect country. And seeing this as the culture we have, what do you think AI can solve for us?
My goodness.
You want AI to
Daddy,
rule you?
Daddy, we didn't hear you. Like,
You want AI to rule you?
I don't think the audio picked you. What did you say?
I already said, don't worry, just continue on.
No, you guys.
You want AI to what, baby?
I said you want AI to rule you. Imagine if AI was the president.
You'll make more logical decisions than. Anyways, we'll be right back with the Rant Room on TVC.
Welcome back to the Rant Room. So guys, AI is here obviously, and it is here to stay. So we've been talking about the advantages and disadvantages so far. So how do you suggest young people embrace it and adapt to it? You know, I think we should start with Beverly.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I already started adapted to it because I'm already learning. I'm learning how to use it. You know, ChatGPT is so huge. There's so many different prompts. You know what prompt is, how you can prompt it. There's different ways to prompt it. Literally, like there's a whole course on how to prompt ChatGPT.
Yep.
And like that's what I'm learning, so I can be able to get the best out of it. So someone that's just learning, starting to learn from it, like I'm way ahead of him.
Okay, but doesn't he also like give you some sort of suspicion? He's also learning how to use you in the next field.
See,
It's
this
another angle.
is my
myself to
thing.
extinction.
Before
I see.
she, sent shots, but don't worry, I'm about to repay the favor. Can I be very honest with you guys? Like real talk, everybody in the room too. Human beings are stupid, and let me explain why. Because
I am
down
not a human
to
being.
every-
That's offensive.
Because let me explain what I mean by that. Because even when you say that, I'm learning how to use ChatGPT, do you not realize that you're not learning to do anything else but basically learn how to use a program, which would naturally make you reliant on one thing? You're not learning, you're just learning how to, number one, you're learning how to machine or maneuver a product, an app that is learning from you.
Yes.
That will take that information and use it in other walks of life to help other people.
And then
You are not actually learning anything. Let's start from that. Yes, and I know what you're talking about because I've watched so many videos on how to prompt ChatGPT properly. Like I said, a 2,000-word script for a pitch, I literally told ChatGPT to write it how I would write it because I gave it an essay I wrote. So trust me, I know how to use it, my dear. But my point is, in general, like we are becoming so mind-numbingly lazy. There's no creativity anymore because everything now we could just go, can you write this essay for me? So much so that to the point universities have technology to track when people are using it.
Don't you think it's like a personal thing?
How so?
Like you're saying, people are relying on AI. Can't you just use, I think I'm relying on AI
People are
because
actually
you said you
People
wrote
are
like,
actually relying on
Yeah,
AI.
are you so sure?
No, okay, so
Yes, I know.
okay, so
yes.
hold on. So like let's
A
go down.
producer wrote the damn script
So,
with
hold on.
AI.
That's a lie.
Let's look at it from this standpoint. People
Okay.
used to like farm or like dig the ground themselves.
Right.
Now you have what? Let's say that's automation, but then you have something that does a machine that does it for you. All you just literally have to do is drive or just do something.
And sell it and market it.
So now it is the same thing you're actually doing with the AI. You want to write something which takes you God knows how long. It does it for you in minutes or seconds.
Or do you
Honey,
guys,
you're so
in
smart.
that way, you learn nothing.
You can't reach.
You're not learning anything. That's why even when you're talking about, I've learned, you've basically learned how to be a slave to this thing. You've learned how to ask it questions.
Yeah, it's using
You're
you.
not learning anything. If anything, it's learning from you.
Okay, I think the point is that we should not become dependent on it. Instead, use it to make ourselves better.
But at
it's
what point? But
inevitable,
it's
though.
thank you. It's inevitable. It's the same way now that if I want, let's say, a PS5 or some food to come to my house tomorrow, a couple of taps on my phone and it's there.
but you know, it actually makes things easier. Like when we're looking at the
It does.
advantages,
Absolutely. It definitely
Okay,
makes, not
like-
to cut you off, but actually go.
you know, Tani said something about, farmers and everything, that someone is driving it now. Like, it's still the same job, but it's making it easier. 'Cause I
Yeah.
feel like we are focusing on the disadvantages. Like, we should look on the brighter side, and then like the question state, like try to adapt. Although you are like, okay, the AI is here to stay, just try to adapt because it's inevitable.
You're not getting the gist here.
No, I
The question
agree.
was, how can we young people
Adapt.
By adapting, meaning by learning how to actually create these things. This is about to become the big market.
You're still not getting. You're creating something that is learning from you, which turns you useless in the future.
I'm not be useless in
I'm
Jesus'
trying
name.
to say you're like, instead of getting like, okay, I'm scared, AI is here, the apocalypse is here, like just try to adapt.
What's
try
so
to be
obsessed with
better.
this
No, I don't
dystopian
think you
idea?
understand
What's
this.
so obsessed?
No,
What comes
you
to
don't
end?
get it. You don't get it. Like I said, you're literally like
It is using
It's
you.
using you.
All of the knowledge you have.
Okay, so Albert Einstein, how do you think we are going to like maneuver this thing that wants to use me? How do you think we can?
Actually.
Yeah, how? You guys are always bringing up the problem.
You're
How do
always
you think we
saying there's
can?
a problem with it.
Yeah, because we cannot run away from this thing. This is the new age. We cannot run away from it. So how do you think we can stop being useless as you think?
Number one, I feel it's just going down to number one, the management and just laws made not to overuse this thing. Because like I said, if it's getting to a certain point that people are using, imagine your doctor was one of those people that were getting uni essays from ChatGPT, and then now it's your life on the line in a life-changing surgery, one accidental shift of the needle and you are and it's a ChatGPT graduate that is doing your surgery. Are you or are you not cooked? You're finished, and that's my point.
To the other realm, baby.
Because we're getting to that point where if we become over-reliant on it, like certain professions, not only will they not exist anymore, but people in those professions will be incredibly complacent. Already, I know engineering students that use ChatGPT to write their essays. Those are the people that are going to be building our bridges.
Okay.
Think about that for a second.
Okay, we are all saying it's bad, this is that. Fine, we've heard. So like, how do you think like what's the importance of like developing new skills, like follow the trend and everything? Like, you know, even though we are saying it's bad, we need to develop new skills so that at the end of the day, you won't lose your job. So you find something good to do.
See, human beings are so funny because, again, I constantly call us stupid because we really are. Because it's like, I don't understand how people are not seeing that we're slowly becoming slaves to this thing. Because now, again, what's the word that we use? It's like, we're adapting to it. Do you know what it means to adapt to something? Well, basically, is that we're walking to the tune of their drum. Everything that we do, we have to navigate it through that. What does that mean? That means that AI is becoming this one thing where we're essentially serving, where it's like everything we do, we have to think about it through them, we have to navigate through them. What we learn in schools and stuff is based on that. And that's very problematic because like our producer was saying in a book that he referenced, it's like if we come to this point where we're so reliant on this thing, and forget our generation, at least we had that short period in which we didn't really have iPhones and stuff like that. We grew into the internet era. We were born smack dab in the middle of it. So we know how to navigate out of it. The people that are going to be born in the era of AI are going to be useless.
Schools will probably won't exist.
Bro, they're going to be so useless because everything is just a ChatGPT question
Okay,
away.
so like it's like adapting, like we said, adapt new skills. We're not saying say the bad part.
So I feel
no,
like
but that's what I
what's
say.
this
That,
for?
okay, what news? Okay, let me talk to you. What new skill? Let me ask you. What new skill can you learn to navigate in this world of
So
AI?
you're throwing it back at me.
Yes.
Is that we are doing
You
it
asked
now?
Yeah.
the question.
New skills. Actually, I feel some jobs are actually irreplaceable. In
Like?
as much as we would like to say, AI will do this, AI can do Amala, I disagree because I don't think that.
It will shock you.
See,
'Cause
it-
I can't
maybe
lie.
it's a personal thing, no. But me, imagine AI wants to make my head. I will not sit down. AI will not be making my hair. God forbid that thing. Go be no, it should just pack. Poof.
You won't
Okay,
have
My
a
head
choice.
should explode.
Okay,
now
wait,
the
wait,
thing
guys.
is, you won't actually have a choice because with the trend, everybody's definitely going to go with the trend, except you go and look for one that big. Except you go to somewhere, I don't know, the ends of where the future, like the.
I don't think prostitution
local-
is going to go out of extinction.
Yes. Do you want?
You said what? You will be shocked.
Wait, will you go and
Hold on. So you literally have. Like you literally have automations in your house now. That
I don't have it in my house, please. Oh,
I said
you prefer sex dolls?
She said prostitution is going to be the future, and I'm telling you, it's not.
Personally,
do you
would
can you
prefer?
connect?
No,
with
definitely.
So you can never go out.
How will it? See, okay, no,
you guys learn new skills, Tani. Learn how to service things.
Actually, that's a new skill, though.
Yeah, that's a good skill.
To service what? Robots.
No, things now. She didn't specify.
Human beings. When point like see something, you were talking about new skills, right? I feel like you should learn. Everybody should learn how to write code. Everybody should learn go into the tech world. Everybody needs to know what it means to be a back-end engineer, know what it means to like everything tech. We need to become a tech.
That's not what you were saying, no.
Beverly said.
That's not what
She gets.
Have you seen those androids that they're creating? Like, AI will figure
What's
that
the
out.
name?
Trust.
It's
Have
going
you
to
seen
figure
Alita
that out.
Battle Angel?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Now tell me what you think from that.
I cannot connect to a robot. Like I can't fall in love with a robot.
Niggas are connected to dolls, Beverly.
So we need to connect to
human
a doll.
beings are.
Do robots they have trauma? I keep saying
Human
it.
touch me.
They don't have history.
Human beings, not Ohizo.
I'm not a human being.
Hey, but first of all, back on. Second of all, my whole thing is that this thing is
prostitution is
endless.
going
I
out
don't
of-
think. Stop. I don't
Because
think
prostitution
there's
is like
any
old.
real role. Even prostitution.
This one you cannot be escaped.
I don't want to talk too much before I
Like
sound like
cricket.
I'm very well versed in this
They're
world.
right.
But my whole point is that I don't think there's any job realistic. I can't think of many jobs that
that cannot
AI
be replaced.
through. Because at the same point, if AI is here, you think like technology isn't going to get to the point that they are like human like. Because AI is basically human simulation. It answers questions like humans.
If
you
know
think
the
it's not going to
rate
get to
at
a
which
point that
this
they're
thing
going to
is
be
adapting to
active
what you do.
robots that will act like you. Because when we even think robots, we just think this thing made of iron cast head, that is very clear. It's a fucking robot. You think it's not going to get to a point that they're going to be damn near robots that look like human
Perfection.
beings
Like vision.
and have the body parts and everything? You think that's not going to happen?
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw something
and
that
then prostitution
where
is not going to seem as bad as
it's not going to feel the same way.
It's not going to-
It's not going to feel the
You see
same
that
way.
now?
Shocked you. But again, this is not my world. Maybe Tani can speak more about that.
I don't understand
but
you. It is not
it's not my world in
either.
Jesus'
There's this
name.
thing they're saying now that they call it transhumanism, where like what Elon Musk is doing, that we integrate machinery into our body. Like basically, we're going to become this robots we fear so much of. Because he said we're going to explore ourselves into extinction, right?
Yes, definitely.
Well, like I said, because I see that it says like simulation of human beings. They are better human beings because they don't have limits, they don't have a body. What's going to happen is that they're going to kind of
Okay, so you are looking for immortality. That's just the whole
yeah,
thing.
if you watch out Altered Carbon, I think we need to start referencing movies and series because
keep doing
they
it.
kind of predict the future. Altered Carbon, people like were looking for immortality and they became robots and started living in the sky. Yeah. So like that's why I say these things for the rich people, for the elite. We're talking about control. This is what they want. They want to become so dependent on these things so that they can take it away from, they can control it. But I think that's why they're going to mess up because you cannot control something that keeps on learning. We're a human being.
Finally,
So-
you get the picture.
You
Thank you.
finally
Finally
get
lose
this is
control.
all I've been saying, bro. Because if it gets to a point where it's constantly learning, like at a point it's going to surpass human beings. It's going to surpass the point where it even needs us to program it.
It
It will
probably
start
has.
programming itself.
It will repair
It will
itself.
start building things. And when
What
it
was
gets
this
to that point where it's building
It
things,
says humans are no more needed.
law. And then when you actually see human, and when you're actually now dealing with human beings typing the sickest shit in the world like bestiality, my whole point is that at a point it's gonna be like,
okay.
what
What a
is
wow.
this human? Like, what are these people? We need to get rid of them. That's really not gonna
That's your
happen.
point.
Almost in every robot movie, humans are likely to go extinct. So what is your
They've
issue?
been warning us
These
for
people are, like,
years.
obsessed
Even
with
before
apocalypse.
CGI, bro.
The trumpet is calling. I can see this how we're going to.
Trumpet.
Angel Gabriel will be
Mechanic
sick of
trumpet or
us.
which
Oh.
Okay. You've made your point. I think you should hold that thought when we're back from this short break.
Yep.
All right.
Welcome back, guys. It's still the Rantrim on TVC.
Before technology takes us over.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just going to say that now.
Here.
So let's talk about like we highlighting the needs like for regulation on how to properly use AI. You've been saying something like that, so let me get
Yeah, like it's important to regulate it, because if it's like, let's look at AI as something that was programmed to achieve a goal. The path that was used to do that was no program. So if it means to get you to marry me, I have to kill her. The goal is still to do that. Do you get my point?
Wait. I am.
No, I'm just saying.
We need a Beverly Thoughts mini segment into this thing, because what?
Are you getting my point? Okay, so let me explain, guys.
Also, wait, hold on. So I don't know if it was my point, but you wanted to
Bombastic side-eye.
You wanted to kill her to marry me.
No, let me explain. It. My point is that the benefits, why AI was programmed could be it could be beneficial to society.
Assassination.
My point here, it could be beneficial to society, but the way it achieved those benefits could be suicidal to society. So my point here is that I'm not going to kill you, but if I have to kill you to achieve him, I would do it because I was programmed to achieve him. You get my point? That's why it needs to be regulated. There are some things that right now is dangerous. You're seeing pictures of Donald Trump in Lagos. You're seeing Drake's new song. He's trying to entertain you, yeah, but it's doing way that people are losing. People are losing money. People are losing capital. So many, like there needs to be a community already. It has been set up already. Yeah. That needs to like see how we're going to regulate these things, because if not, human beings are going to exploit itself into extinction.
What?
At all.
So I'm listening.
This is do you know a profession that's cooked completely? Artists are cooked, because have you guys used these apps here? By another example, episode 9000, why human beings are stupid and they don't read things. Have you guys seen those apps where you take pictures of yourselves and then you create these like incredible visual masterpieces?
Which are sexy.
Number one, like, yes, these things look great, but in the terms and conditions, you know what those things says? Like, once you submit your picture, we can use it in any which way we like at any project that we want.
To do that
is your face for the free use of whatever these people want to use them for forever, bro. They could use you in cartoon models. They can use you in whatever sick, twisted, because somebody has already seen themselves. They complained about it. Somebody saw themselves in a hentai. Do you know?
I like to see myself in an hentai, actually.
Like you're sick.
Who doesn't want to see themselves on that?
Why would I want to see myself?
I don't want to.
Yeah, I tell you, see, that's why you're
You're serious, sickest, bro. What?
I don't think she understands.
Wait, first off, do you know what hentai is?
I reserve my comment.
Exactly. So
okay, thank you for reserving it.
If you don't know, don't Google it, please. Especially in a public system. I think God beg you. I think God in heaven beg you. But this is my point. Like, it's getting to this point where, again, human creativity is going to become extinct. And that's probably the thing about it that I hate the most, because me as a creative, and all of us are creatives in this room to an extent, it's like, we are actually in danger. We're like extinct animals, because if there's these endangered species, sorry, leave word mama. But my whole point is that we're getting to this point where, again, we're talking about, as editors, for example, we're getting to the point where you can drop videos and the sound inside apps,
something like that.
Boom, it will get it done in minutes. At a certain point,
can that be regulated?
We're going to become extinct.
How can that be regulated?
Why should it be?
Why should it be? Like, think about it from the perspective of like a media company, for example, that's not trying to pay however many thousands of naira or pounds or whatever to people that, again, make human errors, ask for brace sometimes, when there could be this thing that works 365, 24/7, at whatever time you ask it for a product, it will give you.
Let's assume a community was designed in Nigeria or like in the world. Where do you think that community can come in? Now we know that it can't come in when it comes to editing or anything. Where can it come in?
So
where is it taken?
I think what you're trying to say, if it comes in, like, if it has to do with anything like fraudulent activities or
yes,
like that,
that's number one.
Yeah. So basically, I think it just has to do with that. Then how people use. So there should be like a limit to how they use this thing. So people
Facts.
don't become like entirely.
Yeah, I feel like there
dependent
genuinely
on
needs to be
AI.
some prompts that shouldn't be allowed to be typed in there.
You know,
And if
yeah.
that happens,
that-
AI continue.
You know, besides that, Tani mentioned something earlier. He said if the programmer of the AI initially makes an error, we are because, like she said, if my goal is to marry Tani and I have to kill you before I marry,
No, it's bouncing
what's
back.
happening?
Why are you trying to kill me, bro?
and I have to
I mean,
kill
also-
you to
Tani,
marry
you're in
Tani,
demand though.
Well,
I'll focus on that goal because AI. So like I'll really focus on it. I won't move away from that mission, and I'll do anything I can to achieve my mission.
So now
that
the ethics-
once the program fix a wrong thing, like okay, do this, do that, do this, do that, we are truly
so
So-
that's where the community comes in.
Yeah,
How
so-
far is too far?
Okay, so now let's discuss the new job formats for like tech and AI. Like, what do you think
New formats.
for like job formats in
Okay.
tech and AI that you can produce and stuff that we can produce with for tech and AI?
Just
Okay.
basically new roles that also factor in the use of AI, for example. Since you were coming up with AI project manager, this is the stuff you said earlier in the show.
Okay, yeah, like AI is becoming so big, so huge. You need people that can manage them. You need people that study law to study the law of AI. Like there needs to be like a section like legal law. What's that thing called? I don't know anything about law, but there needs to be like AI law. Do you get? And there has to be like people that can service it. There's something with quality control. Yes, sorry, I'm thinking
That's
too
why
far.
even in engineering courses, that's one thing I've always been glad of in the education system. Like even people engineering courses, coding courses or whatever, they also have to take a course in ethics. Because no matter what in technology, there's still certain elements where it's like, okay, like we can't push the boundary
You can't cross
too
this.
Yeah.
much. There's certain lines that technology and anything in that world should not be able to cross, because at the same point it will literally lead to our extinction. And
Yeah.
that's just where I'm at with it. It's a very slippery slope. I completely understand. It's obviously there are many advantages to it, and there's several disadvantages.
A
to
whole
it.
lot like
It's
the
like,
disadvantages.
But I
And I
don't
still
want to be
believe,
a
like-
conspiracy theorist though.
that
But I feel like it was all planned. Like this was from the beginning. Like this was the end point. This was what we're coming to. Like, do you understand me? It was like some people just thought of this thing. We start with the calculator. We start with the internet. We start with the computer. Then start with the internet.
But
We
that
go with
person,
social media,
like,
TikTok. Go with
don't
COVID.
need that.
I'm sorry.
have mad insight into the
For
future
real.
to have like planned that kind of.
So how do people come up with movies? I don't even want to go deep into all these things, but people can
2012.
literally see
What a
the
movie that
future.
was.
You see? Do you
2012.
understand? Tron.
Legacy, that's a throwback. But it's true though, because like I said, people don't watch enough movies. That's why they're constantly trying to push the boundaries.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're just constantly trying to play God. That's what
It's just a set of people trying to play God, and then
is going to come back and bite the f- out of us.
But
'Cause
guess-
when Oga truly decides to show hands,
But at the end of the day, I still think, in as much as we're thinking about the bad side, there are so many things that AI has done that is so nice. Like, there was something I recently saw on TikTok, yeah? So, you just have to put, like, I think snap the picture, do something on it, and the face starts moving.
yeah, I know that.
So, Gen
and you don't think that's
Zs
dangerous?
No, Gen Zs apparently, they start using it for maybe their grandfathers, grandmothers, showing their parents. It was so overwhelming
trying
because
to play
they were
God,
so
for real.
emotional. They were so
Yeah.
emotional, like seeing their parents move. Not that they were talking, but like moving again, smiling, something like that. It was so cute.
Ghosts.
Oh, and someone said
Jude.
Let's just look
AI
at the nice
is not.
parts.
What's it called? AI is not intelligent, or it's not intelligent, or it doesn't apply or give some form of emotional something like that. But then just
No. Actually, I
Can they program AI to feel? Because that's the only missing thing
I
between
don't
an AI and
I
a
don't
human.
think.
I repeat,
feel- okay, let's
if AI
let's
is
feel.
programmed to feel,
Yeah.
we are in so much trouble.
Like,
I think
Human
it's possible.
beings,
I don't think it's possible. Actually,
We are
Do you- why do you think we
soon.
feel? chemicals. Like, forget about the lies they tell you. It's chemicals that make you feel.
You think we've not tried to clone people?
They've cloned Kanye
Nah,
West
they
now.
won't
It's
feel
already like a
emotions.
thing.
It's not
already.
possible.
Jesus, I'm just
I'm
going
just
to
hearing
stop
this
you
right now.
there. They say cool Kanye West. But my whole point is, like, the whole point of this episode, even though I pointed out, like, the doom and gloom of AI and everything like that, at the same time, like, we're here now, we're in this world where it almost requires it to navigate. It's so easy to say, oh, it's all bad or whatever, but we actually have to get to this point where we actually have to implement technology in everything that we're doing and actually understand that, yeah, there are its advantages, but when we now get to the point where we apply ethics and make sure that everything is regulated, then I do think it can be a useful tool, just in as much as people don't use it for greedy purposes. Obviously, they're stealing and data. There's nothing that can be done about that, but we just have to understand that, hey, this is a tool. This isn't something that we should be serving. But that's enough about me being extremely deep. Thank you so much, as always, for joining the conversation. Make sure to join the conversation with the hashtag The Ranch Room on TVC. And you already know what it is. I'm tired of introducing these people because
never
these two
be
are
that
trying to fight
tired
over
of
this
me.
guy. I don't know why.
I have
No,
an
don't
idea
use
myself.
AI to kill people.
Yeah, please
for people.
don't.
Matani, are you joking?
What do you mean?
No. Well, bye-bye. Thanks.
Take care.
On that target.